Oh! So, I have just done an opinion piece entitled Why EDM is a Talent. That video was backed with facts, but this video is going to be the polar opposite. Whereas my EDM video was mostly opinion, some fact, this video will be mostly fact, some opinion. If you're a history buff, there's no question that you will study the ancient Greeks like it's your job. Most of us have at least heard of Hercules since we were 5 years old. There's no question that Western culture, as we know it, would be unrecognizably different without the Greeks. Most people take the term unrecognizably to mean bad, but that's a topic for another video. Today I'm going to count down 10 values held by the Greeks that are still held in some manner today, but I will be ranking them as the Greeks themselves saw them, not us. Number 10. Hospitality. Something we can all relate to, right? Well, I don't know about all, but most of us. The term hospitality has given way to billion-dollar industries. But for the Greeks, it was a much more important thing. The symposium is where a bunch of dudes hung out, laid on sofas in an extremely specific and uncomfortable position, and got turned up. On wine, that is. It was pretty much a social custom. Plato did a whole philosophical poem on them, which I will not read you now. Here's how much they enjoyed partying, illustrated by Lil Jon.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Number 9. The form, or specifically, the male form. Okay, I'm not going to show a bunch of naked statues of dudes because you guys are going to kill me in the comments. But when I say the Greeks were obsessed with the body, boy do I mean it. Our word gymnasium comes from the Greek gymnos, which means naked. You know why? Because they did even lift, bro, while completely naked. Later generations, like the Muslims in the Dark Ages, and specifically the 8th centuries, and of course the Renaissance, really, copied the Greeks' obsession with the form. You can just see Leonardo da Vinci for that. But it's a good thing Greece was a tropical climate, or else this would not happen. Number 8. Ransom. This was illustrated in the Iliad at least 5 times. But if a soldier was captured in battle, he would have had to beg for his life through something. That something being his dad's wealth. As I said, there are at least 5 times in the Iliad, including once paraphrased by Hector, that a bunch of soldiers are like, my dad has a bunch of money that he'll give you for my life. I'm paraphrasing, by the way. But that's so lame. A grown warrior brawny man has to be bailed out by his dad. This was basically a metaphor in the Iliad for soldiers to say, okay, screw it, I might as well die anyway if I'm captured in battle. This is totally lame. Number 7. Fathers. Confucius may have taught filial piety, but fathers were so important in ancient Greece, it was actually unbelievable. I believe that region was the place most likely to give you daddy issues. Kids always wanted to follow in their father's footsteps, and most of them didn't have the best of fathers. Like Telemachus, the son of Odysseus, had to wait a bunch of years for his estranged dad to come back and kill all the servants. However, no one had bigger daddy issues than Apollo, Heracles, Hephaestus, Perseus, Ares, Hermes, Dionysus, and King Minos, who were all Zeus's kids. We get it, Mr. Lightning Bolt. Your dad ate your bros. But keep it in your toga, man. No wonder Hera got all pissed at Heracles. Number 6. The role of women. Okay, I love ancient Greek society. It's truly one of my favorite civilizations to study ever. But let's say one of my female friends and I were to find a DeLorean and go back to about 470 BCE in Athens. I might be treated well enough and probably become a citizen, but her? Well, she'd literally be treated like a thing and not allowed to do or even say anything. A lot of ancient cultures were deeply misogynistic, and Greece was, I think, one of the worst. The Greeks were told that women were created by Zeus just to bring forth and release every bad thing ever. The scary part is, I wish I was paraphrasing, but I'm not. Pandora's box was filled with greed, hate, war, disease, famine, dirty bit by the Black Eyed Peas. Everything bad! Poems like the Odyssey basically invented the double standard of men being seen as studs if they sleep with a bunch of women, but women being shamed if they sleep with a bunch of men. The Greek term for woman, especially for Pandora, was kalon kaikon, which means a beautiful bad thing. I do have to congratulate Sparta, though, because their women actually had quite a bit of independence. Until it was time for her to become a mother, that is. Number 5, Arete. Now here we get to the good stuff. Arete was a belief that basically said that it didn't matter what you did. It was all about how you did it. It stated that you didn't have to be good at everything, just one specific thing. You also weren't expected to immediately achieve Arete. You set your own pace and do it at your own will. Arete was found on the fact that perfection is impossible to achieve. It also champions the idea of individuality more than a lot of things in the ancient world. Why wasn't this in my school? Instead of wasting time with math, science, English, history, gym, and French class because I'm Canadian, I could have just fallen in love with video games as a kid and achieved Arete through Super Mario. Again, I love how Arete states that it's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. I guess that means Nicki Minaj can achieve Arete. Well, nothing's perfect. Courage. Well, macho buff guys will like this. In ancient Greek society, you were often measured by how great a warrior you were. And to be a good warrior, you must have courage. However, in a lot of places in Greek literature and history, we see blind courage. Like in the Iliad, Achilles is often called a coward because he doesn't want to fight for this lost cause. This is really understandable, but Greek warriors had so much pride that the only time it was okay to not be like, look at my spear and my muscles, I'm so gorgeous, was when somebody significant died. And speaking of which, number 3, death. Death played a huge role in Greek society and literature. Every time somebody died in the Iliad, there was at least a paragraph to mourn him. The mourning of Patroclus took 4 chapters, the mourning of the Achaean army took 6, and Priam begs Achilles and Agamemnon for his kid's body back. Entire battles were fought over the corpse of a great warrior. It's like, we're tired of fighting and we want to go home. Screw that, Patroclus needs to be put in the house of Hades properly. Oh. Number 2, worship. Worship was so important that there was no real word for religion in Greek society. The gods were so important in everyday life that there was no separation between worshiping them and just going about your daily life. The Greeks believed the gods were present in literally everything, and no hero got through something terrible without help from the gods. Aw damn, Ajax is gonna kill me! I got you, homeboy. Oh no, Menelaus is gonna kill my ass. I got your back, homie. Man, I need some godly strength and ish. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Yo, I need to break a hole in this Achaean Waldo. Yo, I got you, homie. Number 1, honor. Yep, honor. The Greeks believed that when honor was lost, chaos would be unleashed. At the end of the Iliad, when Achilles kills Hector and takes his body for a ride on his chariot, there are a bunch of battles fought over the corpse, the gods' forces are split amongst themselves, Achilles has dinner with Priam, but is pretty much sentenced to die. When honor is lost, fighting is meaningless. And I guess I kinda like that. It shows that the Greeks to be less cruel. They were, but the whole honor thing lessened that a bit. Okay guys, that's it for this fact list. I will be coming up with another one soon, but this time focusing on Eastern civilization rather than West. Until then, Namari Melon, peace out A-Town down, I will see you next time.